Fire drill, fire drill, fire drill. You see that a lot in the forums, asking about free resets. A lot of people just waiting for them every day, needing them, hitting up support, asking for more. Well, they do them a lot, and this one was for some number of subscribers, as you can see on the screen here. But anyway, I was on, I did see it, and took advantage of it and got mine. They basically had the form out during the stream sometime during fast markets, just one of their featured segments during the opening bell down to London close, a little bit after London close, I believe. Anyway, it's there. I think it's all the same code for everybody. You can see it at the bottom there in the green font. And if you have a Top Step account and you want to take advantage of this, it's good for 1 week. So you have it until next Wednesday, the 17th. That's how long it's good for. So if you're watching this and it's not January 17th and it is after January 17th, that code is no longer valid. I recommend you watch Top Step TV if you're going to look for free resets and fire drills. Moving on from here, just want to update everybody on the current situation with our 150K account and the 50K account since the last video. Basically, had a very tough day yesterday. Almost nothing went right. And there was an instance in Trade of 8 where I had taken a trade 5 p.m. opening markets for the futures market and went long thinking I was only trading the 50K. One lot, nothing big. Went long at the low end of the pullback of open, took it all the way up, made a pretty good profit, and I didn't realize that I was actually also trading my 150K. So I closed the 50K position, and then somehow, I guess, when I'm in that group trade, it's going to be 3 lots on the 150K, 1 lot on the 50K. Well, I thought I had closed out my 150K. Turns out I still had a lot active, 1 lot NQ, and the overnight move took us all the way down about 100 points in the wrong direction from my entry. So I started the day with a surprise negative $2,000 P&L, and from there I immediately went on tilt. There really was no avoiding it besides not trading it, which I didn't do. As you can see here, the account was blown, and so for the last 24 hours, since the 8th, basically, I've just been doing practice trading. And you can check out my most recent stream with Obsidian Trades. We talk about this right at the open and talk about the rules and adjustments and the things that I am following to a T. I'm going to hold accountability to that, and we're going to move forward with these rules in place. I'm going to go over those rules with you now in this video as well. We're going to go into finer detail here about all these rules and adjustments that we're putting into place so that we can avoid deviation, so that we can finally get on the right track towards getting funded with this 150K account. I'm going to hold off on doing any 50K account trading for a while. I really want to get going with this 150K and build some momentum moving into the rest of January. Let's get into it. Okay, welcome back, everybody. So, talking about this 150K reset, showed you the billing reports, exactly how many times I've reset this account since early December at this point, even maybe November, if I'm not mistaken. We've really come a long way with self-development, and honestly just wanted to make note of the fact that we are making progress, really hashed out a lot of the internal battles in the latter half of the 4th quarter of 2023. Last 2 months really made some progress. A lot of the issue was rushing it, trying to get funded too fast, and not having the mental capacity to slow it down and really take the steps necessary to build confidence and consistency with a profitable, consistent strategy. I'm still working on that in January 2024. We're only a week and a half into this, and we're really getting close, folks. We're on the precipice of something great, and I can feel it in my bones, but there are still adjustments and tweaks that will always need to be made. So here are the next set of adjustments that I think are going to set us on the right path towards our secret sauce. So as I stopped trading yesterday, January 9th, basically went straight to practice account because I wanted to see what it was that I was doing that was causing such an issue. So I switched over to a practice account where the drawdown wasn't breathing down my neck and I didn't have any emotional reactions to any bad trades per se. Turns out for some reason I got into a state of flow and all my trades ended up being really good. So you can see the observations down at the bottom of the page. That's what this is all about, is is basically saying you had a very poor performance after having a pretty harsh user error that damaged your 150K account overnight. You were then immediately on tilt due to that. Proceeded to trade on tilt and knock the account drawdown to $19 within the max loss limit. You then switched to a practice account and proceeded to make 6.1K in profits. As a matter of fact, that was only some of the profits. Note the mentality shift, not only due to it being a practice account, but also that you had a fresh set of parameters and had gotten through the morning move and the market was then slowing down after the London close, where you could then implement a range strategy that you knew would work during that time frame of regular trading hours. Abiding by the rule adjustments above and noting this, you can now move forward knowing exactly what you should and should not have done, when and where to do those things. I then continued to write a few more things down just as a mental note to me. Since I did the reset on the 10th, we now have 13 trading days left in the month of January. Technically 14, but with the rebill being on the 30th, I have 13 days to follow my rules and stick to the plan. Speaking of rules, here are the adjustments that I've been talking about for the last 5 minutes. Starting January 10th, or 11th in this case, since I'll be starting tomorrow, I'm going to be trading with a practice account at the open. I will wait at least 15 minutes to trade my trading combine, period. Moving forward, as you've noticed in a lot of my trading videos, I've had a lot of, I would say, speculative trades that I've brought up plenty, and I want to make it a point to no longer do that whatsoever. If I am saying that the market looks like it's doing something, then I'm saying that I don't quite know, and that I'm looking to front run a potential move as opposed to a consistently guaranteed setup, which nothing is guaranteed in this market. That's the truth. However, if you're trading your setup, you're trading something you know has a higher consistently profitable win ratio in your favor, as opposed to taking something that you think might give you a chance at making some profits. Now, in scalp trading, you really have to take into account that you get into a lot of these ranges, especially on NQ, where you don't necessarily have to consider the bigger picture as long as you're seeing consistent edges of trades being profitable and the market is moving within a very specific set of levels. The next one will be once I start trading my live account, I will start with the maximum of one lot and I will scale into the XFA scaling plan max lots of 3 lots when below $2,000. After that, we'll start to move into scaling more and more as the trading combine progresses. However, until I've passed this trading combine and I am actually in the XFA account, I'm going to be starting with 1 lot, period, every day, no matter what. Furthermore, if I have 3 red trades in a row and I can't seem to get the P&L on the green side of 0, then we're going to call it a day. If we get down to about negative 1,000, which is 1/3 of the 150K daily loss limit, we are calling it a day, bottom line. There will be no Globex trading, nor will there be any trading during power hour. So the last hour of the regular hours, I will not be trading that anymore, as that was a big part prior to the 9th of why I had another meltdown in the first place. I've also taken the liberty of taking the P&L off of my charts so that I am staring at the execution of my trade as opposed to the P&L of my trade. This seems to be a huge distraction for a lot of us, and for me, it's major. I'm trading my P&L and I'm not focused on the execution of my trade. I used the replay feature in Tradeovate last night and I traded without the P&L on my screen. Not only was I taking trades based on the setup that I recognized, but I was holding the trade a lot longer and the trade was playing out as opposed to me seeing some substantial number that I was happy with and closing out the trade halfway through the full execution of the trade, where this time I was actually holding all the way to where I was getting signals by the market that it was time to cut out and take profits. I want to point out, if you pause the video and read these notes in detail, line for line, they may not be saying exactly what I'm saying right now, but since I've made these notes, I've actually refined them a little bit more. And so from the time that I actually start trading my account, I'm going to give it 4 hours. Since the mark-to-market 473F election on your taxes, if you choose to elect to be marked as a trader by the IRS, requires at least 4 hours of trading minimum. The only way I'm ever going to be able to prove that, not with these prop firms accounts, but with my personal live account, is that I trade for 4 hours. So I'm going to continue that practice at the very minimum. In the notes, it says no more trading after session E of the TPO. That doesn't necessarily account for what I've already thought of with the mark-to-market election of 4 hours minimum of trading. That'll take us all the way from 9 o'clock Central to 1 p.m. Central, which is plenty of time for the markets to give us all the moves that we're looking for with the setups that we can make profits on. Any more than that, and we're asking for trouble. With all of these notes in mind and adjustments in place, I am going to do my best to document everything. I've even taken the liberty of putting my orders in place under the P&L and the drawdown on my charts. So when we're streaming with Obsidian trades and or just myself or doing videos on my trading recaps whenever those happen, you will see exactly the levels that I get in and out of on trades, as well as the profits as they stack up and or maybe have a red day. But at the end of the day, I'm going to be stopping at $1,000 negative. I'm not even going to get close to a daily loss limit anymore, and we're not going to trade anything outside of the B to, I believe, J session. So there you have it, a full recap of everything going on. Yes, it's been a battle, and yes, I have definitely blown this thing up a solid 6 times at this point, but hey, that's trading, and this is a journey that I am excited to share with you all, so I hope you enjoyed this recap of where I'm at. This is Bullish Bear, 23 Capital Trades. Peace out.